What's happening, guys? In today's video, I got something super cool for you guys, a really cool opportunity. And right next to me, I've got a good friend of mine, Chris Spealler, and someone who I consider a part of my Utah family. If you guys don't know who Chris is, he is one of the CrossFit OGs, legend in the sport, one of the guys who pioneered it and has always been a huge inspiration and role model and hero of mine. I'm gonna make this long story short, but when I was still living back in upstate New York, I always dreamed of always moving out to Utah and working out at CrossFit Park City and just being part of the family there. And I always saw that Chris was riding dirt bikes, and I was like, how cool would it be to end up like just talking dirt bikes or riding dirt bikes with Chris? And the long story has now been short, and here we are today. We've ridden up in Park City, the Wasatch Mountains, southern Utah. What the heck is that?
Yeah, Enduro Loop.
Enduro Loop, and oh man.
And the best
is the Idaho City 100 race that we did 2 summers ago now. So tell us about that.
So I had ridden the 50 mile the year before, and then I roped Greg and our buddies Chris and Wayne and Doug and even Garrett into it. And we all signed up for the 100 mile.
And then don't forget about Nathan too.
Oh, Nathan.
The car rally finisher, by the way.
Totally, yeah, which clearly he's pretty good. And so we roped everyone in and made everybody sign up for the 100 mile. And intentionally we're going to skip day 2 because we knew we're not clearly that good.
We had no idea what we were getting into.
No.
Not at all.
And we got in that thing, and the first 200 meters was like that water pool. And you and Wayne or Chris tried to ride right through it.
So
the
guys,
first 200 meters of a 100-mile ride.
Oh, dude, it's insane. So you have to put your bikes and impound the night before, and it's a dead engine start.
Oh, yeah.
So
which
like
mine stalled.
Yeah,
of course.
It took me like a minute to get my bike going, and you know how like the 4-strokes are when they get started. They're not warmed up, so everybody's just like on the gas, and mine's just like. So here comes this puddle, which looked like just a basic puddle, and all of a sudden I try to wheelie over it. Bike bogs, and I nosedive. This puddle is like 3 feet deep. I endo over the bars, soaking wet. I'm like, okay, well, this is how this race is gonna start.
Is that when your clutch broke?
No, clutch fell off 4 miles down the road, and then I'm like, what am I gonna do now? So I tried to make it. I mean, Chris, you rode it like just steep switchbacks along the side of the mountain. Like you could literally fall to your death.
Devastating.
I made it 26 miles, finally decided to pull off. There was actually a point in the race where I sat down, I was out of water, I was eating the Cliff Bar. I took out my cell phone and did one of those like end of life videos. I'm like, oh, well, here I am, like this is it. Like I don't know how I'm gonna get off this mountain. There was one time where like Wayne had to Wayne and Chris Gardado passed me. They had to help me get my bike up the mountain. All of a sudden I hear like, hey, Greg, you all right down there? I'm just like, no.
Not at all.
But out of the 5 average Joes that we had, Nathan obviously finished the race.
Yeah.
Take a guess who was the guy that finished the race.
Yeah, in like legitimately last place. Remember the sweepers came in like 2 seconds behind me?
Here comes Chris, just jogging across the line.
3 sweepers.
And then sweepers were like, all right, guys, we're good.
Like, I get it. I'm pretty bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I ended up finishing early. I rode back to the house, and because I didn't feel like I got good enough workout pushing my dirt bike up the hill for the past 2 hours, I actually jogged back to meet 2 miles the rest of the crew and wait for you guys to finish.
Everyone was like waiting at that guy's RV for me. Like,
Yeah.
Chris. Like everyone's finished.
That was one of the best times ever, but. We were just talking about it. We're planning on signing up next year, so we've got some redemption with that race. So 2021 Idaho City 100. If you guys are there, we will be there.
Yes.
Mark it now. But anyway, the cool opportunity that we've got this little cool gem in the back of my truck. Chris, tell us about that.
So a buddy of ours gave me, I don't know what year it is. It's like a 03 maybe, 02. It's a XR70R, which they don't make them anymore, I don't think, which is super cool because our kids used to have 50. Don't. They rode that for a little bit, but have since grown. So our buddy gave this to us, and it just isn't running. And I know Greg's like a ninja at fixing stuff up. So I reached out to him and asked if he could help me just kind of get it going. So the kids saw it in the back of the truck today, and they're like, Dad, what are you doing with the dirt bike? Said, oh, it doesn't work. We're gonna donate it to somebody. Like, ooh. So,
I would have been so bummed.
Yeah, we're fixing it up for Christmas for them, and gonna have it be a new ride where hopefully they can learn and get some passion for two wheels like Dad.
I absolutely love the story, and like couldn't be more honored for Chris to ask me to work on it. I'm gonna take it back to the garage now, dive into it right away, see what it needs, and hit up Rocky Mountain, get it all fixed up and back to him within a week. So I will keep you guys posted on the project and how that goes. But don't forget to watch to the end of this video, because I will put those like end of life videos that I selfied at the Idaho City 100.
Please.
Just so depressing.
I can't wait to watch them.
Oh man. But all right, thanks guys. We'll keep you posted.
Yeah.
All right guys, we got the XR70 back in the garage. We got an hour of light time or so left, so I'm gonna get it outside, give it a nice wash down, and bring it back in and show you guys what we need to do to it. So good thing I had a screen protector on my GoPro, because I thought I was being cool and like spraying the hose like directly at the camera lens, and it flew off the bucket that the GoPro was sitting on onto the concrete and cracked the screen protector. But we were able to chip that off and put a new one on. Luckily I got another one. But guys, I have a link to the GoPro and the screen protectors in my bio if you're looking to get one of these. They're awesome for time lapses like you just saw. Thank God for the screen protector. All right guys, we are back in the garage. Heard Chris say it was one of his friends at the gym. Just gave it to him for the kids. So it just needs a little work and cleaning up. Definitely needs a new rear tire. It's looking a little dry rotted, so no big deal. And it'll be good to get new rubber on there if the kids are learning to ride. I know the one thing that Chris said is that it was leaking gas a little bit somewhere in the carburetor area. I'm gonna break into this air box here and see if it needs a new air filter. Gonna throw a new spark plug on it. I'm gonna change the oil for it. Just gonna clean it up and also throw a new front tire on it. This thing is really dry rotted on there, as you can kind of see those cracks. So the tubes I think are gonna be okay. I'm gonna slide around to the other side on my garage chair here. Check out the other side of the bike. I was worried about the chain and sprockets. So the chain is rusty, but it actually moves pretty good. It doesn't seem like it's too kinked up. Maybe it is a little bit, but the sprockets seem totally fine here. And then you guys can kind of see the front sprocket in there as well. So I thought I was gonna need new sprockets. If anything, just a new chain. So the rims could use a nice little shine. Check out the drum brakes, see what's going on with the fuel leak, and maybe it might need a carburetor rebuild kit. You never know. So I'm gonna take that all apart, clean it up, see what's going on in there. But I'm gonna get to work on this bad boy. I also just figured out why the gas is leaking so badly. You can't really see it, but oh yeah, you can actually. There's a pretty big hole in the fuel line. So I just turned the fuel on and lots just pour out of there. Yep. So, oh wow, reserve, heads up. So yeah, definitely need a fuel line. I already checked on Rocky Mountain. They are $5.99. $5.99. Yeah, so easy fix there. Okay, let's dive in and check out this carb. So I've got it completely taken apart. Man, it's just corroded, been neglected for a while, but hey, that's what you get with these barn finds. Kind of give them a little TLC and clean them up. What I'm gonna do is soak this in a bunch of carb cleaner right now for a few hours and see if it can kind of just loosen up all that gunk, and then I'll take a wire brush to the inside. Moving over to the jets. These things are pretty rusty and hammered. I'm probably gonna do the same thing, soak them in the carb cleaner, see if I can get them cleaned out. The float is a little gummed up. That gasket, the float bowl gasket, that snapped when I took it out, so I'll need to be getting one of those. Took apart the complete choke assembly. That's not too bad a condition. So basically just try to soak everything in carb cleaner, see if we can revive this carb. All right guys, since I needed to get this bike turned over super quick for Chris, I basically had just a week to work on it. I am down here at Rocky Mountain picking up the parts. So if you guys haven't ever seen Rocky Mountain, here it is, massive facility in Payson, Utah. I'm fortunate enough to live only about a half hour away from the facility, so I gave them a shout this morning, ordered my parts through will call, worked throughout the day, and then came in here tonight and picked them up. So they got a little cool shop inside, nothing too crazy, bunch of like oils and tusk racing stuff, but cool, pretty cool to be able to just pop down here and grab the parts. So we're on the way back home now, start putting the bike back together. We are fresh back from Rocky Mountain. Let's see what we got, the little XR70 here. So some new rubber, obviously, because those bad boys were so dry rotted and cracked. Okay, what do we got in the bag? First things first. Oh, this is a new piece for, this goes between the air boot and the air filter. The rubber seal was actually coming up, so just wanted to get a new piece. It was like $5. What else we got? We have a new fuel line, because that's what was dripping, whatever. New throttle tube. The end of the other one was pretty banged up and gouged, and it actually wasn't twisting correctly and smoothly, so got a new one of those. That was like $14. Honda OEM air filter. It looks like it's actually already pre-oiled, so got one of those. New Tusk brake lever, because the other one was pretty bent. Fresh spark plug, can't go wrong with that. And you guys have obviously seen the carburetor, how nasty it is, so picked up one of these carburetor rebuild kits. And finally, got a new chain. Tried to keep it as cost effective as possible, but the chain was $15. I tried soaking the chain in WD-40 overnight, and it was just way too much effort for the $15 chain to bring that back to life. So let's put these new tires back on, eh? Those were the first mini tires I've ever mounted before. Oh man, the hardest part was just the finishing touches on this front wheel. And then the hardest part on this one was getting the valve stem through the rim, because my hands got pretty big hands, and just working in tight quarters here, that's just super hard, but super pumped when you don't hear any air leaks coming from the tires. So new fresh rubber for the XR70. Before I go ahead and put this tank back on the bike, guys, you wanna know what makes freaking black vinyl plastic look super new? Cerakote Trim Coat. There's a link in my bio, click on that, and it'll take you right to the Amazon link where I got the same stuff. And guys, it looks fresh, literally brand new, and it lasts a while. I also did it to my KX250 too, so link in bio for the Cerakote Trim Coat. Guys, the XR70 is back in action. So what I'm gonna do now is actually bring it outside, start it up real quick, and then it will be good to go. Man, that thing is looking brand new. need some new gas, but yep. All right, guys, that's a wrap on the 2003 XR70. I am so pumped to get this back to Chris. A quick recap of what we did to the bike. Basically just stripped it down, took it all apart, cleaned it up. I mean, the thing is looking brand new. It's got some fresh Dunlops on there, front and rear. Got a new chain on that thing, so that thing is ready to go. New air filter, completely tore apart the carburetor and cleaned it up, carb kit. So new jets and everything in there. Fresh oil change. Oh yeah, and a new throttle assembly, throttle tube and grip and stuff. So I wish I had this little thing to rip around on because this is sweet. My first bike was an XR100, 2001 back in the day, and the kids are gonna be so pumped about this. So Merry Christmas, you guys. Well, there I am, section 2, a massive hill climb. Went over the bars because I fell in this massive puddle. 2 more laps later, I noticed I had no clutch lever, so I've been riding about, I don't know, 20 miles without a clutch lever, and then hill climb. Done. Dead. I mean, it's not dead, but can't pop it in the gear to start it. I don't know. I gotta like push it up this hill or something. Good times. Okay, round 2. We made it down to the bottom of that hill and was able to climb it after watching some other people do it. This is another hill climb here. As you can't see, but like right here, a slog. And then the rocks. I don't know. I gotta push this one up. Top of it. My helmet fell down. Good times. Idaho City 100 hashtag. Well, made it 26.5 miles without a clutch lever. It was hard. I'm like demoralized. I really wanted to finish this, but it happens. Peanut butter honey sandwich that Spealler made. I guess I can check one.